On May 1st, 2025, Reading Police Department officers Tanner Vogel and Sean Heck were dispatched to a 911 call in Reading, Pennsylvania. The caller, whose identity was not provided, reportedly claimed that two Puerto Rican men wearing tank tops and shorts were standing near a blue hatchback, while a woman lay on the ground with her hands tied. When police arrived, however, the situation did not match the report. A woman was there, but she was neither restrained nor showing signs of distress. The officers also found Ryan Mullis, who had pulled his vehicle off the highway because its lights had stopped working and was attempting to repair the problem. The officers' body cameras recorded what happened next.
Riding for 10, I'll be with that vehicle. It's a blue Volkswagen.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Oh, my car.
Too many PA rates, Mike Hotel, Lima, 5054.
Where did you locate it?
Oh, hey. 9th and South.
What's up, man?
It's on
Turn it
Shaw
off?
Street.
What's my car?
Uh,
up?
yeah, just turn it off.
Fix the door.
What's going on with it?
The lights aren't working right.
Are you guys good?
Yeah.
It's just your
Yes.
car's broken down?
It's not broken down. He's just trying
Or
to fix it.
fix the lights?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have an ID on you?
No, I don't. I'm just sitting in the vehicle.
Is it his car or yours?
It's his bed.
Show me his ID.
My man, what's your name?
I didn't give it.
What's up?
I didn't give my name.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm asking. Do you have an ID on you?
No, I don't.
You don't? Okay, what's
I
your
mean, I
name?
have an ID on me, but that's under threat of arrest.
What's that?
No.
That is under threat of arrest. I don't know why you guys stopped by here.
Well, we got a call. We'll
Okay,
explain it
well,
to you in a
of course.
second.
Yeah. Okay.
Sounds like a
Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
So, right now you're just going to talk to me. You're going to give me your name, and we're going to
No,
go
I'm
from
not
there.
going to give you my name, but I'll understand.
And you're not going to give me your name. Why?
Because I don't have to legally.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes,
Why
you do.
why
Because you're currently detained for an investigation.
Okay,
That's why.
a detainment is not.
Yes,
fine.
you need to identify yourself.
I do not have to.
You do have to
Call
identify
your supervisor
yourself.
and then get him over
He's
here, please.
already on the way.
Oh, good. I'm
okay,
glad. And I'll wait for that. 'Cause
so
I'll
you
remain
can.
silent until my lawyer gets here.
Okay, call him then.
Okay, I don't need to call him. I have the right to remain silent. Anything I say can and will be used against me. For
Okay,
you, right?
what is the deal here?
The deal is, why did you stop over here?
Because we got a call here.
Okay, that's fine. Call all you want, but
And currently, you're under an ordinance violation for working on your vehicle on a
there's
city
no
street.
ordinance.
Yes, there is.
I'm not working on my vehicle.
So
I'm
listen,
seeing why
listen. We're going to restart, okay?
Okay, let's restart.
Okay, so you are required under law to identify
No,
yourself.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
This is not
and,
Germany.
and if you're
This is
not
the United
going to
States.
identify yourself, you're going to be detained in handcuffs.
Detained in handcuffs is different.
So do you want to give your name or no?
But listen to me.
No. There's no conversation. You're either going to identify yourself
First
or
of
you're
all, you can't
Okay.
detain.
Put your hands behind your back.
I will. I will show you my ID. I'll show you my ID.
We'll get it.
I'll show you my ID right now.
Stop.
So,
I will show you my ID.
We're past that.
Oh, okay. Well, the funny thing is, you guys are not because you didn't wait for your. You didn't wait for your
Where's your
supervisor
ID?
to get here.
We don't need to.
It's right here.
We don't need
You
to.
didn't wait for your supervisor.
Don't
get
need
here.
to.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do have to wait. for
You
your
might want
supervisor.
to learn the law a little bit better.
I know the law. We don't live in Germany. We live in the United States of America, where you do not have to ID if you're not suspected of committing a crime.
Wrong.
Well, not wrong. You guys are wrong.
you're
You're
wrong.
committing an ordinance violation.
There's
right
no
now.
ordinance violation.
Look
It
it up.
doesn't.
TikToks doesn't mean
There's
you're
no
right.
TikTok. It's called.
Uh,
You can. You guys are wrong. You're wrong, and you'll be sued. Then I'll sue you.
Go ahead.
I will, because you're wrong. Okay. I do not have to ID unless I'm being suspected of committing a crime. You have to reasonably articulate.
You're legal.
You have to legally articulate a crime. That's what you have to do. No, you have
Do
to
you have any
legally.
weapons
No,
on you?
don't pat me down. I do not submit. No, I'm not. You cannot fucking. No. You are not allowed to pick my pockets. You have to legally articulate a crime. Stop touching me. Stop touching me. Stop touching
He has
me.
a gun.
Yes, I do have a weapon.
Is it gun?
Stop touching me. I do not. No, it doesn't matter. I do not have to articulate. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I have a
Stand
gun.
by.
I'm allowed to have a gun.
You got like CCW?
No, I'm not going to show you. I'm remaining silent. I'm the right to remain silent.
You're correct. Now you do have
No,
the right
I
to remain
had the
silent.
right to remain
so
silent, and you
that's
had no
what I
right
did
to
ask.
touch me. You had no right to touch me. You're done. You are done, not me. I'm not IDing either. Do not take my ID. You are not. I'm not IDing. There's nothing in it.
I have to make
Blow
sure.
away.
It doesn't even
First name's
fire.
gonna be Romeo.
Okay,
Yankee,
then why the hell would
Alpha,
you
November.
carry it?
Because
Last name
it's
is
called
Mike,
Reading.
Uniform,
That's why.
Lima, India,
called Reading.
Sierra. Date of birth is
Can I, you know,
KO1 is.
take my caps off, man. Please, take my caps off.
That's not how this works.
Yeah, well, you came up on me, and
Correct.
you had no crime committed, right? What are you guys doing?
We got a call.
It doesn't matter. You
Yes.
can't ID for a
If-
crime.
if
or
we
a
get a
call.
call-
It doesn't
The officers eventually put Mullis in handcuffs and searched him, discovering a firearm concealed on his body. The legality of that detention and search is a separate question, but the firearm potentially involved two Pennsylvania statutes. Section 6105 of Title 18 prohibits certain people from possessing firearms, including individuals with qualifying criminal convictions and people in other prohibited categories, such as fugitives. Section 61(6) generally prohibits carrying a firearm inside a vehicle or carrying a concealed firearm outside the home or a fixed place of business without the appropriate license. Whether Section 6105 applied would depend on Mullis's criminal record, while Section 6106 would depend on his licensing status. Since neither of those facts can be established from the footage, there's not enough information to conclude that Mullis violated either firearm law.
You're here working on the vehicle
You're
on a
wrong.
city street.
No,
which you
I'm
can't
not
do.
working on a vehicle. I'm seeing why my light's not working. It doesn't matter. You got a call and you were demanding ID or I was beginning to
Correct.
be arrested, right? Correct? Good.
You were going to be
Sam,
detained to
please-
be identified.
Sam, please record these guys, please. Record these guys. Record them. Sam, please record these guys. Record them. They're allowed to.
He's
Sam.
refusing to identify himself. Had a
Yeah, I
gun
am.
on him. So,
I'm
he's working on
recording
his vehicle on a city street.
I'm not. No, I'm not working on my vehicle. I told you I was seeing why my light was not working correctly.
Okay. We can't park on the street right there.
Yes, you can.
Can you?
Yeah, look at all these other cars that were used to be. parked on the
305
street.
also.
Okay.
Go
Well,
ahead.
he told me I had to identify
You do.
under threat of arrest.
You have to.
Negative all the way.
It's called Pennsylvania.
He has a
It's not
combination
Germany.
with motorcycle.
He needs to articulate a
And
crime that I'm being
Class C, I'm
accused
guessing.
of committing
Address one on that
in
is
order to
122
identify.
Kramer Road in Milton.
And all I have to do is give him my name and address. I don't have to give him an
Copy.
ID.
Can you check him
You
for
know
a
this,
CCW,
right? Are you the
please?
supervisor?
Yeah, what's your name?
It doesn't matter. You
You
don't
just
need
said
my. You don't need my
Cat
name.
Go ahead,
Because I'm
sir.
being accused of a crime.
We're investigating
Correct?
right now.
It doesn't
Alright,
matter.
sure,
I still don't have to give you my ID.
What's on? We'll do it another way then.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fine. And I'll see you in court. I'll
Okay,
see you in court.
alright.
Fine.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Alright, should be
Excellent.
a Stoker.
And we'll see what the city pays
I
after that.
believe
see that.
Because you don't need to. I don't need to ID. That's period. Okay.
Show number is going
We're
to
just
be
done with this
This
conversation.
is sad how this town
Just
keeps
done with this conversation.
We are. We definitely are.
Perfect. We should
Are you
stop-
the supervisor?
We should stop talking then, okay?
Are you the supervisor?
We should stop talking.
00.
Are you the supervisor?
Do I look
Okay,
like I have a supervisor
We're not
badge
talking.
on?
Are you the
We're
supervisor?
talking. We're not talking now.
You're a public servant then, right? Are you not a public servant? Then you need to answer my question
No, I
because
don't.
you're a, yes you do, because you're a public
Where's
servant.
the law that says that?
What is the law that says that? Are you serious right
Yeah.
now?
You tell me. You seem to know so much about it. Tell me.
I do know a lot about
Tell
it.
me.
I'm a law
Where's it
student.
at? Where's it at?
I'm a law
Where?
student.
From rack?
From RAC? Are you serious right now?
That's your question.
No, not from RAC.
From where?
Does it matter?
You have
It
a-
doesn't matter.
That's a lot of questions.
No,
No answers.
I have a lot of money and I'm going to sue you in court. Yes, okay.
Go ahead.
You're the supervisor
Then we're
and
gonna
you're,
stop talking.
you're a ringleader of the circus.
So we're gonna stop talking.
Correct?
So we're gonna
No,
stop
we're not
talking.
going to stop talking because I'm asking you a question.
So I'm not talking.
I'm asking you a question. These men came up on me with guns, and I'm asking them why they need me to ID when I'm not committing a crime. We need a crime
Well, when
to
you stop
get
talking,
ID.
maybe we can answer questions.
Okay, answer those questions then, please.
We're
Answer
not
those questions. Before he took my side piece, you know what he did? He told me I was under arrest for not IDing. You know what that means?
Yeah, you have to ID.
No, I do not have to ID myself.
During the encounter, an officer told Mullis that he had to identify himself, but Mullis rejected that claim. The Supreme Court considered this issue in the 2004 case of Hebel versus 6th Judicial District Court of Nevada, holding that states can require a person to provide their name during a lawful investigative detention when a statute specifically creates that requirement. Pennsylvania does not have a general law requiring someone to identify themselves during a Terry stop, and the city of Reading does not appear to have such a rule either. Because of that, refusing to give identification during this type of detention is not automatically a crime or a separate reason for an arrest. Even where a stop and identify law exists, the The Supreme Court ruled in Brown v. Texas in 1979 that police still need reasonable suspicion, supported by specific and articulable facts suggesting criminal activity before they can require identification. That constitutional standard comes from the Supreme Court's 1968 decision in Terry v. Ohio. The initial 911 call, therefore, becomes especially important. In Navarrete v. California, decided in 2014, the Supreme Court recognized that an anonymous 911 report can sometimes provide reasonable suspicion when there are sufficient reasons to consider the information reliable. A caller claiming first-hand knowledge can be one factor supporting reliability. In Mullis's situation, however, the officers did not find the key circumstances described by the caller. Although they located a blue hatchback, there was no woman tied up on the ground. The woman at the scene was not in distress, and the officers did not find two Puerto Rican men dressed in tank tops and shorts. Instead, they encountered Mullis, who was a white man wearing a t-shirt and jeans. Important details from the report were therefore inconsistent with what officers actually observed. There was also no apparent evidence showing that criminal activity had taken place or was continuing, because the information from the caller was contradicted in several significant respects rather than confirmed. A court could find that it was not reliable enough to establish reasonable suspicion for the detention. The officers also mentioned Section 576-405 of the Reading City Ordinances. That rule generally prohibits leaving a vehicle on a street or sidewalk for greasing or repair work, except when emergency repairs are necessary. Mullis was working on his vehicle, but he explained that its lights had failed and that the problem had forced him to leave the highway. Repairs made because of that kind of emergency could fall within the exception. Therefore, the ordinance would also appear unlikely to provide reasonable suspicion that Mullis had committed a violation. A court could consequently determine that he had no legal obligation to identify himself, and that the detention itself was not supported by the required reasonable suspicion.
You want me to get my phone? No, get my phone. I'm allowed, I have to record, yeah. I have to bring my ID at all times, but you can't legally request it. You can't legally request it. Where's my phone? I will show you the law right now.
You know what?
And you, go ahead, do your thing.
If you were nice and you weren't being
I don't be that nice.
You
I don't
outta
need to be
here.
nice. It don't matter. You guys are gonna be sued in court, and I'm gonna win. Okay, guaranteed. Okay.
All right, so don't talk to me.
No, you can tell them to take me out of handcuffs.
No.
For what reason? What crime did I commit? For what reason?
We're investigating right now.
What am I being detained right now?
I don't know why.
You need to articulate a crime that I was suspected of committing to detain me. You understand that, right?
Not to you, I don't know.
Yes, well, you don't have to legally by law.
There you go.
Legally by law, you don't have to, but you still have to have a crime that you can legally articulate that I was committing in order to detain me. In order, you understand that? And they're detaining me for no reason. No articulation of a crime.
We do have one.
Which one? Which one is that? Exactly. Yeah, you didn't know that. Yeah, you didn't know that. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I'd love to see what crime I'm committing. Okay. I would love to see
find
that.
out.
Yeah, okay. We'll find out.
Like I said,
We definitely will find out. And then we're gonna be suing you. Okay. All right, cool. That's great. I'm glad we're gonna be suing you. Unless you guys want to walk away right now, or I'm gonna sue you. I'm being serious. I'm being real serious. You better call your DA if you don't have somebody up on top of you. You better.
I don't have anyone on top of me.
You better then call your DA and tell them that this is what you did, because if not, I'm going to sue. I'm being serious. You're wrong. I'm right and you're wrong. Okay. You didn't see the amendment violations and shit like that? You didn't watch YouTube? Tell you about it?
What was violated?
Tell you about it?
What was violated?
What's violated? My Fourth Amendment, for one, is violated.
Okay. What else?
I don't need to give you my papers.
Just like we don't.
Anytime. No, you're a public servant. You can do whatever. You can do what you want, but you're a public servant. I'm not. I'm a citizen. I pay taxes.
Me too.
Yeah, but you're still on duty.
Okay.
Are you not? Yeah,
Thank you
but
for
are you
saying
not?
yes to detain
All right,
them.
all right. So,
All right.
what's your badge? 13113.
Yep.
Sam,
It'll be in the paperwork.
I don't care about the paperwork. Can you give me my cell phone?
I'm taking this to court.
We are taking this to court because you
clearly said didn't know about the paperwork.
you cannot
How you gonna do that then?
You cannot detain somebody for no legal crime. You can laugh all you want. What is it? What's the crime?
Like I said, we don't have to tell you.
Yes, you do. When you arrest somebody, you do.
Right.
And I'm arrested. So what are you detaining? Yeah.
No, we just told you.
Yeah. What is it?
I don't have to tell you. You said that.
I didn't say that. I told you you can't
play it
arrest
back on the body
somebody and
cam right
search
now.
somebody. No, you can't.
You didn't search you.
Yeah, you did. He did. He patted me down and he
It's
took
not
my
a search.
ID.
It's not a search. It's not a
Yes,
search.
it's not a Terry search. I can tell you that.
It's not a search.
It's not a Terry
Terry
stop. No, it's not Terry. Yeah, but even if it was, you still have to reasonably articulate a crime.
Mullis repeatedly asked the officers to tell him what offense they believed he had committed, but they refused to give him a specific explanation. There is an important distinction here between what police must be able to establish and what they are required to tell a person during a stop. Under the Terry standard, officers must have specific facts supporting reasonable suspicion, and those facts must be capable of being explained if the detention is later challenged. However, the Constitution does not require officers to disclose the basis for the detention to the person they are stopping. The same principle applies to an arrest. In the Supreme Court's 2004 decision Devenpeck v. Alford, the court explained that although informing someone of the reason for their arrest is considered good police practice, the Constitution does not require officers to do so. A warrantless arrest is judged by whether the facts known to the officer established probable cause that an offense had occurred, rather than by the specific offense the officer announces. So, while the officers were not necessarily violating the law simply by refusing to explain themselves, that refusal could not make an otherwise unlawful arrest valid. Probable cause depends on the information available to law enforcement, not on the explanation they choose to provide. As a practical matter, this means that someone stopped on the roadside often cannot independently determine whether the police action is lawful, because officers may know facts that they are not required to reveal.
Stupid as you're gonna get sued.
Well, we're not the ones out here at midnight.
You guys got body cams, right?
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad you guys got body cams. Yep. You guys are gonna get sued.
Okay.
I'm being serious. I can take your body cams in a request. Believe that. Yeah, okay. I'm just telling you right now.
You told us many times we're not stupid. We understand.
Yeah.
So you can stop talking now.
Firearm that can have me run, it comes back to possibly a family member, but not him.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter.
I'm tracking.
Awesome.
Can you-
Awesome. Thank you.
Can you get me up, please? I can't get it.
Stand up. Stand up.
Okay.
Stand up.
I'm trying to stand up.
There you go. Come over here.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
God.
You're a week away from getting sued.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
When I get a hold of my attorney.
You guys
You
want
think you're not? You had no legal right to detain me. None.
Okay.
What was your probable cause anyway to detain me? Because you need probable cause to detain somebody.
Do you just want me to call the wagon?
Yeah, please call the wagon. Because you know
I'm not
what?
talking to you.
I don't give a f who you're talking to. Because you're a public servant, and I'm a citizen that pays your. I pay your paycheck. You understand that,
I
right?
pay my own paycheck.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
I do. Who pays you?
I
Yeah, but who? Yeah, but you pay enough for $101,000 a year? Is that what you pay for? You make you. That's what you make. Yeah, $100-some thousand a
You
year.
know how much I made last
Yeah,
year.
I do exactly know how much you make.
Spread your feet.
No.
Spread your feet. So you can get you out.
All right, that's great. Great for the lawsuit. It's great for.
You got anything on?
I have nothing on me. I had an empty weapon that I found on the side of the road, but it doesn't even matter because
Okay.
somebody told me that they stole my dad's gun. It doesn't matter anyway. You had no probable cause to detain me, so that's all that matters.
Yeah.
What was your probable cause anyway?
Told you this 5 times already.
What?
Don't tell
That
anybody.
yeah, the judge ain't gonna care though. Looking at that. The judge ain't gonna care.
Keep thinking.
Can you do me a huge favor if you don't want to get sued? Is go get my key from my car.
I think whoever that is has it.
Yeah, and she's not allowed to drive. She has no license, and she's won it.
Okay. Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
She's won it by PennDOT because she doesn't she doesn't have a license, so she's not allowed to drive a car. She's not won it, but she's won it by wanting to have a car. She's not drive the car. You understand what I'm saying? She's not allowed to drive, so please get my key because I don't want her to steal my car. And if she does steal my car, that's going to be another thing on the lawsuit.
Okay. All right. Have a seat in the car, man.
I'm glad that
Step in and watch your
you
head.
guys understand that shit because if you guys allow her to take my car, then guess what's going to happen?
It's his car, right? I didn't even check. Because Do you have a license there?
Yeah, I just don't have my
Well,
ID on
because
me.
here's the problem. He doesn't want you driving his car.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Does he want mom to come pick it up, or does
I don't know.
are you gonna tow it?
That's not a tow truck.
Yeah, that's not.
Oh,
That's not ours.
oh,
I think it's just maybe a fine.
that's crazy. I know the guy.
Change it to a towed vehicle,
Okay.
clear it out paper.
How do you know him?
The tow guy?
No, this guy.
this guy.
Oh, that's my ex-husband.
What's that?
That's my ex-husband.
Ex-husband?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
There you go, nice.
She's good, girl.
22, 21.
Carrying without a license, but apparently his criminal history. I just,
Really?
So it might be more.
At least that charge.
At least, yeah, carrying without a license.
Okay.
He just had an empty firearm on it.
Mullis was eventually charged with unlawful firearm possession, a first-degree felony, carrying a firearm without a license, a third-degree felony, and violating the city's vehicle repair ordinance. His bail was set at $50,000, and he was released on May 16, 2025, after obtaining the bond through a professional surety. The case later changed dramatically. On February 19, 2026, the Berks County Court of Common Pleas granted the defense motion to suppress the evidence. Then, on May 29, 2026, the court dismissed every charge and discharged Mullis. On July 8th, Mullis filed a request seeking the return of his property, which was still pending at the time, with a hearing scheduled for August 20th, 2026. Mullis has stated that he spent 15 days in jail, paid around $5,000 to secure his release, and spent approximately $15,000 on his criminal defense. At the time this episode was prepared, he had also said that he was looking for an attorney to represent him in a potential civil rights lawsuit. Overall, the reading officers receive an F for their handling of the detention and arrest. The biggest issue was treating Mullis's refusal to identify himself as grounds for detention and arrest, despite the absence of a general Pennsylvania law requiring him to provide identification under these circumstances. The officers also made repeated statements about the law that were questionable and maintained a dismissive attitude throughout the interaction. Police were certainly entitled to respond to the 911 report and speak with the people at the location. But once they discovered that the woman was not tied up, was not in danger, and that the individuals present did not match the caller's description, the original justification for continued detention became difficult to support. Instead of recognizing that, the officers demanded identification and threatened Mullis with handcuffs. They told him that the law required him to identify himself and treated his disagreement as resistance. An investigative stop requires reasonable and articulable suspicion of criminal conduct, and when there is no general legal duty to identify oneself, refusing to provide a name cannot create that suspicion on its own. The vehicle repair ordinance does not appear to solve the problem, because the officers knew Mullis was dealing with a disabled vehicle and had explained why he was repairing it. Their reliance on that ordinance, therefore, appears questionable in light of what they knew at the time. The officers' conduct after taking Mullis into custody also became relevant. Their body cameras recorded them making disparaging remarks about him, and they were heard discussing how their initial intention had apparently been limited to getting the names of the people involved. The fact that the evidence was later suppressed and every criminal charge was dismissed provides important context for the outcome. The encounter demonstrates how a police response based on an unreliable report can develop into a major criminal case when officers continue asserting authority after the original information fails to match what they actually find. Mullis receives a B for correctly, recognizing that Pennsylvania law did not generally require him to identify himself and for maintaining that position without physically resisting, even as the encounter escalated. He recognized the main legal issue during the stop and continued to make that argument after the officers threatened him with arrest and eventually took him into custody. He later challenged the search and seizure through the courts, succeeded in having the evidence suppressed, and ultimately had all charges dismissed. However, he also misunderstood certain parts of the law, Police officers are not constitutionally required to explain the factual basis for a detention or arrest while standing at the scene. The legality of police action is determined using the information known to the officers, not simply what the detained person knows. Mullis could not have known precisely what the 911 caller had reported. Although that particular report apparently did not provide sufficient reasonable suspicion, a different report containing more reliable information could potentially have justified the detention he was challenging. Mullis also continued speaking after invoking his right to remain silent and volunteered information about the firearm and how he obtained it. Once someone chooses to remain silent, continuing to provide information can give investigators details they might not otherwise have received. Even with those mistakes, Mullis deserves credit for asserting his position without physically escalating the encounter and for allowing the courts to settle the dispute. The courts ultimately ruled in his favor by suppressing the evidence and dismissing all of the charges. If there is another police encounter or legal issue you'd like us to examine, let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you want to explore the legal issues surrounding police body camera encounters in greater detail, check out the court stories for additional analysis.